Hello theme park enthusiasts, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. In the last episode we went ahead and detailed the buildings for the two coasters here, and we're going to go ahead and finish everything today with touring because I went ahead and did the detail work that I wanted in the park. I realized that the detail work was going to take probably 2 or 3 hours, and it did in the end, and I really didn't want to try to either bore you with multiple videos on the detailing or fast forward through the stuff on this particular park. So instead I went ahead and just did the detail work, and we'll go through it in a couple different views to see what I've done. First thing of note here is that I went ahead and detailed up the roofs of the two buildings that I had done previously a bit, just because they didn't look that great the way they were before. So I just wanted to make them a little bit more unique. Then also, while we are here, let's go ahead and complete the gold star. All we have left is to pay off the loan. We have the money for it, so let's go ahead and take care of that. And with that, we've officially finished Festive Funland, so we can now enjoy the park. So, wanted to put this out there the day before Christmas. Hopefully everybody's already in the mood for a wonderful Christmas this year, but if not, hopefully this park will make it a little bit better for you. So let's go ahead and let's click on Teresa here. We're going to change her name to Tejicam, so that way we can go ahead and be in sort of a first-person view. So we've got the info center there, we've got our Stay Puft Marshmallows, our ATM. And as you can start seeing here right away, I've gone ahead and put in some of the buildings that were available to put in. The gingerbread house and the sort of outside gazebo area there. Just to give some of the theming that I needed and to just fill out the place a bit more. Then we come down to our Chief Beef and our Pip Shot there. And again over here we have another one of our buildings. This one's made out of chocolate wafers, it looks like. Now over here we have a couple different types of theming going on. We have the building for one in the background here, but we also have one of those gingerbread trees from up top that we had used before. And we have a couple different snowman sets. So we have the Snowman in Love. We've got this snowman band trying to collect a little bit of money before Christmas. Can't blame them. And then we have these two, which unfortunately looks like they're also trying to collect money by holding up the other snowman here. That's not the greatest, but it does happen, I know, so I guess it's alright here. Over on this side by the ride, we have some presents set out here. So give a little bit of theming that way. And then we also have some other buildings styled in the background here. Also have a couple of these candies set up here, just to add to the decoration and such. And then we have this building that's sort of a leaning building anyways. I just felt it fit perfectly onto this hill here, so went ahead and put it in. Back on this side of the street, we've got a building in the background here. And all of these buildings, once again, were from blueprints already in the game, so I didn't have to create them. I just went ahead and placed them where I wanted. Put in a nice little Christmas tree here, and by little I mean huge. And then we've got another gingerbread family here, and they're making a snowman together, so that works out really nice, I think. Sort of something to look at even when you're using the ATM. If we go back further in this area, we've got some more of the candies here, and we have a pile of presents back there. So once again, just trying to round out the theme overall, make it enjoyable for everyone. Over here we have another building from the blueprints, along with one right over here. So those add to the definite just feel of the place. They aren't useful for anything, but they're just there to add to the look. Another one over here as well. And we will take a ride on the train around so we can sort of see what's going on with the park as a whole. Then up here, I went ahead and put in the quartet. Uh, I thought some music in this park would really work nicely. They are a barbershop quartet, but I went ahead and themed it a little bit by putting some of the candies on there, some of the mints. That way it just has a little bit more of a Christmas flair. Didn't want to change their colors entirely and stuff because, as I said, it just sort of fits who they are. Here I went ahead and started playing around with some of the different candy canes, putting them up here. And it just helps add to the path as people are leaving this area. Have some over here also by our hyperspin, along with another tree and presents and a snowman outside of his house. We continue up the hill here, a little bit dark inside the tunnel, but I sort of just left this tunnel, as you know, alone, just the way it was originally. Then we come up into the sparkler lit area of the top. And up here we have the decorations that I had worked on last time. Some of the gingerbread men, the nice gingerbread tree and train, the entrances for both of the coasters. We've got the pile of presents here, as well as having the Just a Memento. Then down here we have another pip shot, another tree. Originally I thought about putting in a fireworks display here, but to be honest, I really don't know how they work yet. So I just didn't feel comfortable with it, and I didn't want to screw up this park. Over here we have a couple of carolers who are singing some Christmas songs. Thought it really fit, and I wanted it to be in an area where it's just going to be viewed by a lot of people as people get onto the train, and when they're leaving the train they'll be able to hear the songs. And if they're just walking along the main path, either going to the bathroom or getting some water, they'll also be able to hear them. So I thought that really fit well there. And overall, I think that covers things for the most part. Looks like we got some litter on the ground here. So let's go ahead and get out of Tejicam. I really don't know why there is the litter here, as there are 2 trash cans right there. And I do have a decent amount of maintenance staff, but we'll go ahead and put another one in. With that being said, I'm also going to get another security guard on the go here. Looks like they might need to empty those trash cans. That might be the problem overall. Alright, let's go back up here as well, because I think there was some litter over here too. Yeah, there is. And again, there is a trash can, but it appears to be full. So, we'll go ahead and get another janitor here. And we'll go ahead and make another trash can as well. Actually, we really don't need that one because we got one right across the way there. Alright. So hopefully that extra janitor will help. I do want to put a few more benches. I noticed people waiting on benches pretty much down here. So I'm going to put a few more benches down in this area real fast. Alright. That should definitely take care of that. So as I said, we're going to ride the train, and we're also going to ride the 2 coasters now with everything themed. Give a real sense of how the park is overall. you may have noticed on that part of the trip there, not all the trees are in a straight line or even straight up and down. I really wanted to angle some of them so that way it would look a bit more natural. There were a few that I think I could have stuck a bit further in the ground, but overall I'm pretty pleased with the fact that it just looks like natural growth versus sort of intentional plotting with the trees. So that worked out pretty well, I think. Definitely could have made a building around the train station and several of the other rides as well. And that is something I definitely do plan on doing in my own parks when I get to the sandbox mode and am creating parks of my own. But when I'm still here in career mode and considering I wanted to get this done and fully published by Christmas, I did want to go ahead and just cut a few corners like putting a building on here. I do love the sounds of the train, very realistic. I'm a huge train fan myself, so I love going on old steam train rides and such whenever I'm visiting different locations that have them. And I have to say, they really captured that pretty well here in Planet Coaster. I definitely will be putting more trains into parks in the future. I hope you were able to notice how the two rides now interplay with one another, having to go through the woodwork of the bobsled and such, and that made the ride a bit more intense and a bit more enjoyable, I think, for the riders on the train. So, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I truly hope that you all have a Merry Christmas and that we all have a Happy New Year. Also, I hope to see you again for another episode of Planet Coaster.